Hello, welcome back to rambling about movies. It's been a long time since I did a movies video. I haven't seen a movie in a while. Usually, summer and Christmas, there's a lot of movies, like good movies that came out, and I go see. But in the last 3 months, there's nothing worth seeing. But I look forward to see Captain America. But the topic of this video, as the title said, is about in uh, superhero, women superhero in movies. One of the channel that I watch on a daily basis to get my daily fix on pop culture in the movie industry, in the movie area, is AMC Theater. John Campia and his crew talk about movies, upcoming movies, casting, plot, reviews. They do all kind of stuff, all movies related, and it's fun to watch to keep up with what's going on with all movies. Since I love movies as much as comic books, and one of the topics that came up a few times in the past year is people asking them, why is it so hard for the studios to put out superheroes movies with women lead role, like Wonder Woman or Batgirl or other people. And the one answer that they use over and over again and repeat many times every time that question came up is the reason why we don't see those kind of movies is that the studios are shy from taking the financial risk in making them, because there are not enough fan support. What are they talking about? And then they went on to use example like Catwoman, um, Eon Flux. I can't remember the name of the movies, but Charlize Theron made a movies, a sci-fi movie, but they use a bunch of examples of failures that have sci-fi theme, action theme, and a woman lead role. And every time I hear the answer, it bothers me because I don't agree at all with what they are saying as a reason why we don't see a Wonder Woman movies out there. There are other reasons, perhaps. Maybe the script is not good enough, or they haven't found the right star, or whatever up until this point. But fear of financial failures due to lack of fan support in the past, I do not agree. For example, if you look at movies like the Underworld movies with Kate Beckinsale, she's easy on the eye. Her acting chop is pretty decent. Her action chop is decent. The story, the action, the special effect for those Underworld movies, at least the first couple, were good. Guess what? They made 4 or 5. I enjoyed the first two. The third one, and then I skipped the last two, I believe. And then if you go to the another sci-fi, you have Resident Evil. I'm not a fan of any of those movies, but I think they made 5 or more also. So if the studio were not making money on Resident Evil or Underworld, why did they make 10 of those movies, right? So no, there are fan support for a woman lead action movies if it's good. End of story, end of debate. Okay, so it's not. To me, it's nonsense to blame all of us that for some reason we're not gonna go see a Wonder Woman movie because we just don't care about woman superhero. Trust me, you put a hot, beautiful actress in there that can act, the fanboys will go and see. Okay. That being said, if you go past Wonder Woman, unlike the man superhero, right? We do run into a slight problem that there is not a lot of exciting female superheroes that I think can carry a big franchise. Sure, there's a lot of buzz about Ms. Marvel, a lot of buzz about Spider Woman, uh, as well as even a Black Widow standalone movies, and that's all possible. But I don't think any of those. Wonder Woman can be huge, okay, but when you're looking at what Marvel have to offer, I'm not sure there are a marquee female lead that are equivalent of Wonder Woman. And I could be wrong. Feel free to let me know what you think is a marquee, top tier woman's superhero in the Marvel universe. Um, and ultimately, the sad thing is when Stan Lee created the Marvel universe in the 60s, we are talking about a completely different time where the world was different. The way society was different. So, Stan, for what he was just doing what seemed normal for his time. So he created a lot of white male superheroes. Okay, so it's a white male dominant genre. Okay, and that's the 60s. It's not a surprise. Introducing the Black Panther was a big thing, right? And for years, if not decades, a woman superhero was down the list of importance. So all the great and cool characters, even villains, all the great and cool villains were men. So it's unfortunate. And if I want to throw out an idea, is I would not mind at all if Marvel reinvent some of the characters to bring the universe more into the modern age of diversity. Okay, for example, one of the characters that I always thought that could have been great as a female character was Doctor Strange. I felt that Doctor Strange could have easily been a female character, and it would have been a great character to bring to the big screen, because Doctor Strange has some really cool storylines, some really cool villains. Dormammu, Nightmare, you name it. There's a whole bunch of uh, you know villains that can make multiple movies, as far as Doctor Strange is concerned. As I mentioned before, it's sad that it's such a male heavy genre. All the cool men. Look at Spider-Man. Spider-Man has probably the best, if not the greatest, rogue gallery of any superheroes. Right? You're looking at Rhino, Doc Ock, even Shocker, Venom. You name it. You can go up and down the list. Goblin. It's Lizard. Name it. They all male. And you look at Spider Woman. What do you have there? I mean, I don't know a lot about Spider Woman. I read a few of the books in the 70s, and I find it hard to care for any of those villains that was introduced in her solo series. So she has a very weak rogue gallery. You know. That being said, I think one of the controversy that I heard recently with the casting of Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm, I be the first to admit I did not like the idea. And sure, there's a lot of uproar of people defending the casting, and it's a generalization that if you don't like the casting, you're racist. I understand where that came from, but from my point of view, I don't like that casting because I don't like the entire concept, storyline, how they are formulating the team. Okay, for all I care, they can throw in an Asian actor for Johnny Storm with that whole Fantastic Four baby things, and I still think it's stupid. So it had nothing to do with race. Okay, you want to cast Doctor Doom as a black woman, go for it. Okay, doesn't bother me one bit. It didn't bother me to see the Kingpin as a African American. So to me, the essence of the character, the sex of the character is not as important as the core personality of the character and the core origin of the character, because that's what I love. Okay, it can be different for everybody. Everybody have a different opinions on movies. For example, a lot of people can't stand Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Some because he's just too tall. Okay, to me that's of a minor point. Uh, it's to me it's more important if Hugh Jackman can portray Wolverine personality correctly. That's a more important question, whether he's the right person for the role. His height or physique, not so important, because if that is the case, we can have gripes with just about every characters on the big screen, because very few people on the screen is matched up inch for inch with what is on the written page. Okay, inch for inch, up and down. Trust me, it wouldn't be fair to sit here and criticize every actor in every role that they are not right because of their physical shape. But that's just my 2 cents. Anyhow, what do you think about my ideas of switching the sex of some of the superheroes so that we can have more cool female superheroes, like a female Doctor Strange, a female Black Panther? I'm all for it. I have no problem even changing the sex of the villain, because as I mentioned already, it is heavily male dominant. Anyhow, that's it for this video. I'm sure a lot of people is not going to agree with me because there's a lot of purists out there. But when it comes down to movies and the comic books, sometimes you have to separate the two to have a good time. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Until next time.